nagplano ta nga mo assist mo, render ta og assistance to the enemy. Okay. Yan ang naitabo na yun. Si Pedro, di ba? So si Pedro nakadungog or nakabalo sa atong isabutan. So unsa may role? Or unsa may duty or obligation ni Pedro dapat? Sa Article 116, ingon siya na dapat iyang i-report dili niya tagugon. Di ba? So sa iyang buhaton, Pedros, di ba? Will report to the governor or to the authority na lang. The right term, description. So dapat, ikaw nga nakabalo nga na ay nagsabot nga mo commit o conspiracy to commit treason, it's your obligation to inform. Ano yung niya? Make known, deceive as soon as possible. So kung dili ko na mo buhaton, kung ikaw to si Pedro, Pedro is liable for misprision. So that is how kani siya nga crime is. So simple lang, pag-utanon ka, kung sa din ang misprision of treason. So this is a crime committed, sir, nga in times of war, if somebody conspired to commit treason, the person having knowledge of that conspiracy fails. So, nayang failure to report or make known deceit as soon as possible to the person in authority or to the government na lang. Mana, kung imo kailangan mo yan, to the governor or the fiscal of the province, so walang problema. What is important here is that you will be able to communicate, di ba, and understand. Di ba? You will be able to understand and you can communicate kung sa imo kasabda. Because in the board exam, di man na ipadis ka sa board exam. Board exam is only a multiple choice. So, importante lang dira is, kung pangutanon ka, makabalo ba ka? If you will be given a situation, makatubag ba ka? So, these are things ngayon mo. Now, we'll proceed now to the crime espionage. Diba? Espionage or espionage, as we emphasized kaganina, is the act of transmitting, disclosing of information. So, mangunga lagi ka og information. Pamita na kitawag ito nga spy, mga kabay. Diba? The agents of espionage, ang tawag niya spy man. So, kaning sa Article 117, dulo ni, duha ni kamaagi nga makomit. Ang una, makomit siya sa, masaman, private person. Ang ikaduha, makomit siya sa public officer. So, manayingon niya, without authority therefore. So, wala kay, masaman, permission. So, manayingon niya, when the private person, without authority or permit, ni-enter siya sa warship, port, or naval, or military establishment for preservation. So, what's the reason, sir? Ano niya ato siya dito? Gusto siya manguha o information. Makabalo siya unsay plano. Or makuha niyang plano. Or magkuha siya o photographs. Or other data of confidential nature relative to the defense of the Philippine island or Philippine government. Archipelago by means big island. Kaya nga naman, ang Pilipinas, isa ra ba ka isla daghan. Pero nga isa ra man ta kanasod. Because under the international law, kaning mga island nga gi-describe nato in our history nga 7,100 island are considered one island. Muna yung nila nga archipelago, dako nga isla. Bilisod bang kayo o mingon ta, sigihor, that is usa ka nasod. State siya, dapat kamigin. So, daghan kayo country. So, that's the reason why nga under international law, maski isla na sila, that will form part as one island. For purposes of definition. So, nanguha ko no ka og information. Pero, bantayan ni mo, For a persons to be liable, dapat nga wala siya authority or intervention. Ikaduha, from the word being in possession, so this address to public officer. Ikaw kuno nga public officer who is in charge with that classified information, itong i-describe ko ganina. So, manaingon niya, by reasons of the public office he holds of the articles, data or information referred to in the preceding paragraph. So, katong mga, sa mga pag-usap sa ano ko information, plans, photograph, no. Imo ko nung i-disclose ang sulod to any foreign issue. So, example ba, ako, public officer ko. Ako ang in charge karon sa dokumento or mga data. Ano yung mga classified matter? Kung ako kuno ni siyang i-disclose, ipanghatag ba? Di ba? Ang sulod or ang information to the representative of foreign issue. Ang crime nga makomit na ko is ISPA units. So, duha na sila. Una, sa paragraph 1, makomit sa public office, a private person. Example, kita, musulod taog military ka. Nanguhat taog data dito. That's the reason why makita na nimong mga military ka, naval camp, nagi na yung mga area nga butang nga na restricted. Only authorized person is allowed. So, muna kung musulod ka dira, manguha kag mga data or information, manguha kag mga pictures. So, you will be liable for the crime of espionage. So, that's the concept of espionage. So, muna lang, kung makita nimo diri, so, i-emphasize na to by entering without authority. Muna itong i-describe na to kaganin. Disclosing to the representative of foreign issue. So, ato lang na siyang i-simplify. Nasiron sa kalainan sa treason sa espionage. Ang treason, makomit lang sa panahon din sa gubat. Pero ang espionage, di ba, it can be committed not only in times of war, but even in times of peace. So that's the one of the distinction. Kung mato ka sa treason, there are two ways of committing treason. Leaving wars against the government or adherence to the enemy by giving either comfort. And it can be committed only in times of war by any person. Kung mani ka sa public sa espionage, there are two ways of committing espionage. Una, by private person. When that private person, without authority, nanguha siya og mga data, information, or classified matter nilang tanan. Diba? So, muna ingon yan. Ikaduha, it can be committed by a public officer who is in charge with that classified matter or information. Then iyang disclose to foreign representative without the consent or authority of the superior. Ikatulo, na distinction. Espionage can be committed not only in times of war, but even in times of peace. So, pagtayan natin na siya. So, again, you have to consider this also Special Commonwealth Act of 616. So, muna siyang an act to punish espionage and other offenses against national security. Unlawfully obtaining or permitting to be obtained information affecting national defense. So, muna po na siya. These are considered classified matters. Unlawfully disclosing information affecting national defense. Disclose disloyal acts or words in times of peace or in times of war. Conspiracy to commit the preceding act. So, kung pasabot nila, nakikalyado ka. Or harboring or concealing violator of the act. So, kung pasabot na ng harboring or concealing, so first ni in the concept of what tolerance. Diba? Kabalo ka nga kani siya mo'y violator or nag-commit sa crime, like for example, somebody talk that classified matters or reveal or disclose that classified information. Then, despite of that, kabalo ka, hindi mo lang i-harbor or i-concede. So, manayingon nila nga acts of tolerance. So, you are still liable under Commonwealth Act 616. Conspiracy is different from harboring. Because in conspiracy, there should always be actual participation. In concealing or harboring, it is not necessary. As long as you have knowledge. Then, we are now in the crimes against law of mission. Provoking war and disloyalty in case of war. So, unsa man sila nga mga crime? So, although this is not common crimes, di ka kadungog dyan nga crime, but these are crimes under the revised penal. So, for purposes lang of discussion, to understand that in the board exam, this will not be asked in the board exam. Dili siya common ba? I'm not dealing at higit siya magawas. Pero, for purposes of previous experience and data as to the type of questions that will come out in the board exam, so one is the inciting to war or giving motives for reprisal. From the word incite, imong gihagit. So these are example. Mura na siya, di ba? Mamunta ka interest nga mag-away. Pero imo man siyang gi-induce or gi-provoke. So muna siya. So the penalty of reclusion temporal, that is temporal, will be years to be shall be imposed by any public officer or employee. And prison mayor upon any private. So, ang pangutana, who are the offender in Article 188, any person? A public officer man ka o private person. Ang kalainan lang kung private person, ang penalty is different. Mas taas ang penalty sa public officer kaysa private person. Who, by unlawful or unauthorized acts, provokes or give occasion for a war involving or liable to be involved the Philippine government in a seven to reprisal on their person or property. So, that's the reason why public officer or even private person are prohibited to perform an act that would provoke or give a chance to a foreign country to go in war with the Philippines. Yeah. So, orago na siya pasmit. So, kada kita na to, ako jok kang ibuli. So, that is an example of act of provocation. Hindi man necessary nga imo siyang yatak. Orago na siya panahon sa kwan, imong bombahan ng usa ka nasod. But, you are showing an act that would cause or induce them to, of course, to take an action against us. So that's the reason why if you're a public officer or a private person, that is prohibited. Why? Because you imagine if you have to do that, di ba? Orago na siya, what if kung atakon ka sa China or atakon ka sa Japan? So you're not directly affected, but it involves our national interests. In the first place, panahon sa gubat ba, dili man ikaw ra mo pangitaon dahil ikaw may patio. We are considered enemy of the country. Orago na siyang magubat kung China ang Pilipinas. So, you are not exempted as long as you are in the country. So, di man na siya pasabot kay if there is a war, ang casualty na is ang mga sundalo. Of course, the frontliner there is the soldier. But, take note, especially nowadays, it's because of the technology. So, Again, ang casualty nga dira, ang kanang gitawag nato sa kuan ng collateral damage, of course. Get involved private or civilian individuals. Kay pag-upat dili man ang imong atakon dia is kampo lang sa usa ka armed forces, of course, Pilipinas. Just like as we noticed, observe war between other countries. So who are the first person affected? Of course, all their citizens. So that's the reason why that is crime or prohibited in our law. That we have or we should prohibit or our act should be punished or prohibited in order to observe and maintain the law of peace between one country to another. Then, violations of neutrality, this is now the things that I emphasized kanina. Diba? So, the penalty of correctional shall be inflicted or imposed upon anyone who, on the occasion of war, in which the government, diba? In which the government is not involved, violates any regulation issued by competent authority for the purpose of enforcing neutrality. So, mula na ingon ako sa inyo nga kung ang nag-ubat is ang China ran ug Japan, kita nga Pilipinas should not, di ba? Favor either of the two. Because if we will do that, then we are considered enemy of that country. So, muna ingon niya, it's not involved, violates any regulation issued by competent authority for the purpose of enforcing neutrality. Wala na siya, tulot ka amigo lang yun, as example, nag-away ka. So, ang atong amigo nga isa, example si Pedro, dapat si Pedro will observe neutrality. Dili siya mo show o kusakaak that with that would, sama siya, favor to me or it would be favor to you. Because kung mo show magukag-act na you are favoring to me, I am considered your enemy. So just like minana ang concept. So kung kita nag-away, mabida na yung ngabay, ayaw, pag pangilabot, di ba pangilabot? So that's the concept of neutrality. So that's the reason why nga, if there is war, bantayan nyo, sa violations of neutrality, there is a war between another country. But our country are not involved. So that's the reason why we have to observe neutrality. So, muna imong guwan. So, if we perform or show an act that would favor to either of that country engaged or at war, we are considered enemy of that other country. So that's the reason why nga we have to observe neutrality. Then we have correspondent with hostile country. So this is the thing that I emphasized kaganina. So manang sir unsa man ni pag-commit dire. So manang ingon niya, any person who in times of war shall have correspondent with enemy country or territory occupied by the enemies. So, muna ito yung example ka kanina na dili necessary to enemy's country. Even within the territory of that country in which at war with another country, but that place or kanang itawag ito nga, place or territory is occupied by enemies. So, munang prohibit siya. So, sa reason galing siya kung sa logic sa balaod, so that it might not be used by the enemy or it might not be intercepted by the enemy. Kaya ang assumption man ko dira is that, example, liligan itong Cagayan, kung naipadala nga sulat niya, it might be nga ang content na ni, it will affect our security. No. That's the reason why, para dili siya ma-considered siya nga kwan, you are prohibited or it is prohibited by law to send communication or correspondent to the enemy's country or place is occupied by enemies. Maningon niya, ang penalty daw, prison correctional, if the correspondent has been prohibited by the government. Or, prison mayor siya, mas taas. If such correspondent be carried on in cipher or conventional sign. So, naa siya translation. So, para dili siya diretso ma-intercept, mabitaw na ingon nga, imong i-cipher. So, ikatulo dira is reclusion temporal, mas taas din siya. If notice or information be given thereby, which might be useful to the enemy. So, ang information nga nakautang sa communication magamit sa kontra. So if the offender intended to aid the enemy by giving such notice or information, so ang penalty niya is temporal. You imagine, the penalty is reclusion temporal. Why? Because you have to consider that if the content of such informations or correspondent will affect the security or it would endanger the inland or the country rather. So you will suffer the penalty of reclusion temporal. Mamaya ng kabantay mo lang itong, I think there is a movie, the movie of katong kang Nicolas Cage, katong sa Windbreaker. Diba? So that's the reason why, if you notice na sitting dito nga, di ba, ang Osaka soldier niya. So nagsulat while na sila sa katong sakyanan, sa truck. Kung sa aton pa na dire ang term na to is 6x6. So, di ba iyang i-intercept ang iyang letter. So, that a soldier claim that this letter is intended to my first family. But that is prohibited because it might be intercept or used by the enemy. So, that's the reason why correspondent with hostile country is, though we understand nga sir, wala lagi tayong mga kaso dani nga na-file. You imagine, how come nga na-kaso inani nga may tabo raman kung naigubat or nanaingon nila nga pagampo sa mo nga naigubat nga may tabo. So that's the reason nga. Sir nga no walay kaso. So logical mo siya. Because these are crimes nga mag-commit na to in times lang kung naay gubat. Okay. So munang sa board exam dili kay siya familiar nga ipangutana because you imagine sa kadagan sa crimes or felony sa revised penal code galing. So di man gud siya practical. That's the reason why kung ikaw po ang examiner, you have to be kanang professional in your question nga ipangutana. Kana kung naay kuan ba na siya? Kung sa kuan ba na naay pulos or naay tunod. So nana siya. Muna makita ni mo kasagara is involving person, di ba? Crimes against property, crimes against public order, crimes committed by public officials, it's common. Muna yung mga usual na issues. Okay. Then we have Article 121, flight to enemy's country. So, take note the word flight. So you will, flee to the enemy's country. So this is a crime committed, diba, by any person. Of course, the penalty is arrest. Who, owing allegiance to the government, attempt to flee. So dili necessary nga you are in the enemy's country again. So the mere fact nga you want to go to the enemy's country, that is already a crime. Or go to an enemy country when prohibited by competent authority. So muna yun nila nga, panahon galing sa gubat, like for example, maggubat ng Pilipinas o ng China. So ikaw Pilipino, you are prohibited to go to the place of the enemy or inside. Sir, what if sir, inani ang situation? Nagpalit na kong ticket sir. Wala, man ko nag-adto balik. So that is an example of attempt. So what's the purpose of buying ticket going to the enemy's country? So that is an example of attempt to flee or go to an enemy country is already a crime. That's the reason why by mere attempt, that will consummate the crime. Dili man necessary nga maka-adto ka sa enemy's country. So that's the concept of flight to enemy country. Now we will go to the one of the most important crimes, also entitled, di ba? Title 1, under law of nation. The concept of piracy. Ang piracy kaganina ato nang i-define. It is a robbery or forcible depredations asa may tabo on the high seas. So dili siya mag-comment sa Philippine Water. Ang Article 122 is a crime committed only in the ICC. So asa may tabo ang seizing sa control sa bisin, di ba? Asa may tabo ang leaking sa cargo or sa personal belonging o equipment sa mga pasahero or crew of the vessel in the high seas. So in short, ang robbery mahitabo dito sa high seas. While nagsakay ka sa, of course, vessel. Di ba, pwede, alang naglutaw ra ka. Or ibong gilangoy. So, ang piracy in the high seas is committed by the offender who is not a member of its complement or passenger of the vessel. So, atong isimplify ni siya. Imagine na karon nagsakay ta o barko. Ang barko karon Pilipinas maingon sa Japan. So, we are now in the high sea via Philippine territorial water. Wala na ta sa teritoryo sa Pilipinas. Muna ingon nila nga nata sa open water, open seas. So, kung i-attack ko no ni atong vessel, isis ko no ang atong mga belongings. Pangwaon ko no ang mga cargo sa atong barko. Ang crime na na is dili robbery kundi piracy in the high seas. Pero kinsang offender must not be member. Meaning they are outsider. So, di mas common ka na bitaw makita na ito sa salida ka nang sa especially sa mga balita sa Somalia. Di ba? Na yung mga pirates. Ang barko ilang yatak, ilang isis. Di ba? Tuliso nila. That is an example of piracy. Now, sir, ang pangatana, what if, sir, kung kauban na nato sa pasayro or krura sa diesel mag-sis sa mga atong bilong? So, say, crime na na. Adili siya piracy, guys. Why? Because it requires that the offender must be an outsider, not member. So, say, crime na, sir. First, the crime is robbery. We will use or apply the revised penal code. Diba? So, ang crime mag-commit nila is robbery. Daon sa kalainan sa mutiny on the ICC. So again, ang mutiny, ang iyang intention atong tanaw. Ang intention sa piracy is to gain. Manang ingon diya nga animo kurandi, intent to possess. Ang sa mutiny lahi because ang imong purpose is to create commotion or disturbance. So like for example, nagsakay ka sa barko. Diba? While on the high seas. So nag-create ka o commotion. So nag-commotion siya or disturbance. So of course, dako nga disturbo sulod sa barko. Which is against the authority of the commander. That's the reason why, ay no, bata-bata pa man mga 1996, 1990. During the time of Trillanes, si Trillanes gicharge siya o kudita. Together with nila kato sila ni Juan, kato si Lane. Trillanes is a member of the Philippine Navy. Diba? Tapos, apil pagaling sila ni Kirubin. So, ang naitago, kay ang ilang nature sa ilang trabaho, kay Navy man sila, sila sulod sa barko. Right? Ang ila is dagat. Pero asa naitabo ang kudita nila? Of course, katuman to sa Oakwood Hotel. Yung gitawag nila Oakwood Mutiny. Ano gigamit man ang term nga mutiny, sir? Because Trillanes disobeyed the chain of command of the Philippine Navy. That is why na ay unlawful resistance to superior. So, that's the reason why gitawag sila mutineers because of the nature of their function. But the crime, gicharge sa ila, dili mutiny. Paman siya kulita because that is, mutiny is in the high seas. While katong ilang commit is, nabi ito sa hotel, Manila man daw. So, ang netabo lang is, ang crime na to is kulita. Anyway, we will discuss that kulita in Title 3. Ang term lang gigamit. Ano gigamitan man itong pukot mutiny? So, because of the term mutiny is committed by, di ba? A person while in the high seas who create commotion or disturbance or disobey the authority of the command. Ang purpose nila is dili man mangawat. Diba? So, mag-create lang o commotion. Murago na siya kung in public nag-wild ka. Diya kasi yung balay, badlungon ka, di ka mo tuo. So, that is an example of, although if that is done in yes, in yung balay, it would result to alarm scandal. Not unless kung it would amount kung nanay mga physical na attack. That others. Now, under the revised penal code, makita nimo ang piracy sila sa Article 120. Pero in 1974, kano sa inipig ang revised penal code? Way back in 1932. Gikan sa 1932, paingon sa 1974, ang piracy makomit na sa ISIS. Sir, what if sir ko magsakay tag barko, paingon tao, or diyan na lang sa kwadro? Pantalan, iligan, ato taog Cebu. Diba? During voyage, sir, diba? Itulis ang barko. Ang si crime. Ma-apply ba ang piracy na to? Dili. Sa revised penal, no. Ang crime na is robbery. Ano dili man ma-apply ang piracy sa Article 152? Because dapat mag-commit sa ISIS. ISIS brain ang nga narapat sa Philippine water. So nga itong i-apply na prior to 1974, robbery na gina siya. Pero pag abot sa 1972 or in 1974, during the time of President Marcos signed a presidential decree 532. So, unsa ning PD 532, sir? This is an special penal laws nga nagpunish siya sa piracy, di ba? And robbery in the Philippine water. So, manaingon niya, PD 532 Authority, di ba? And the Anti-Highway Robbery Law of 1974. Punish the act of aiding or abetting piracy. So, muna kung imong tanaw, ang piracy in 1974 can be committed not only in the high seas but in the Philippine waters. So kung unang karon, kung atong ibalik ang example, adto tag Cebu, puliso na to ang barko. Di ba? Ang crime na nadili na robbery kundi piracy in the Philippine water. Asa makita under PD 5. So munang reason nga there is no more robbery in the Philippine water. Ang crime na makomit dira is piracy under PD 532 or violations of Presidential Decree number 5. So again, at least nakita ninyo ang iyang muna yung tawag na migration gikan sa revised penal code iadto ta sa PD 532. But is the difference between PD 532 is that it punish siya for the crime piracy committed in the Philippine water. So therefore, by virtue of PD 532, wala na robbery nga mahitabo in the Philippine water. So muna kung mag-isgot ka nga, sir, gitulis ang barko. So ang pangutanan niya is asa nahitabo ang tulis sa barko. Sir, nahitabo siya while in the high sea. So that is piracy under the revised penal. Maningon niya piracy in the high seas. Pero if na-comment lang, sir, paingon siya sa Manila ang barko, sir, gitulis during sea voyages. So that is punishable under PD 5. So again, you have to consider special law punishing piracy in the Philippine water. That is PD 5. So, muna din yung distinction. So, piracy in article from piracy in the Philippine water, it's to. So, the offender should be an outsider, di ba? Kumanang sa ISIS. Sa PD 532, kasi offender, regardless, outsider man ka, or passenger, or crew ka sa vessel, the crime is always piracy in the Philippine water. Kung ta sa ISIS, ang robbery is possible pa. Ano sa man gali posible ang robbery? Because if the offender is member or crew or passenger of the vessel while in the IC, so ang robbery is committed. Pero sa PD5 dito, considering nga, regardless man, wala man nagsiingon siya nga outsider, di ba? Or passenger. So robbery is impossible. Muna ang pangutana, is robbery be committed while in the Philippine water? The answer is or can robbery be committed in the Philippine water? The answer is then, bantayan po na to kasi kalainan sa Article 122 sa mutiny. So kung atong tanawon, kaganina lang ginahingos duta, outsider. Pag mayingon tag mutiny, dapat the offender is a member or crew or passenger of the vessel. But the purpose of Article 122 for purposes of piracy in the ISIS is to commit robbery. While in mutiny, so the purpose of the offender is to create commotion, to create commotion or disturbance within the vessel against the authority of the superior officer. Now, we have to discuss the last article of Title 1. Kung saan ang qualified piracy? Kaganina, nag-isgot sa Article 122 nga piracy in the ISIS. Ang good pasagot niya dito, what is the effect kuno kung naakono'y sising sa bisil? Di ba? Sising sa control sa bisil, sa cargo sa bisil while in the ISIS. So, ang crime, sir, is piracy under Article 100. Pero, kung sa kuno'y mahitabo, if naakono'y mo accompany, meaning, panahon sa piracy, naakono'y other crimes nga ni associates or na-commit. So, munang moingon lang nga, what constitute qualified piracy? Una, when the offender have seized the vessel by boarding or firing upon or ragunang barko while in the ISIS, tatangan sa mga pirates, armado. So, ila na yung isis ang control sa vessel. So, mahimo siya qualified piracy. Ikadua, if dili manggaling inana, ang pirates ilang i-abandon ang mga biktima without attempt to save their lives. Yeah? So, like for example, nasis na ang control sa barko. Ang barko karon gidala sa usa ka isla. Diba? Ang isla kung tanaw na to is of course delikado siya. Mura na siya o kung kuan pa ang isla is walay nagpuyo. So walay provision sa mga pagkaon. So i-abandon ang mga biktima dito without attempt to save their lives. So that is qualified. Or kani ang kumo. Sir, what if sir ni sugol ang usa ka pasayro sir ipusil sa pirates? What if sir kung ni sugol ang crew sa vessel or the captain of the vessel? Then ipusil ang kapitan sa barko while on the in the ISIS or on the occasions of piracy. So ang crime na dili na siya piracy kundi mahimong qualified piracy. So manang whenever the crime is accompanied by murder, homicide, physical injury, or rape. So, sa metabo, kung girip ang mga biktima, di ba? Panahon sa piracy. So, dili na mahimong piracy under Article 122, kung dili mahimong qualified piracy. So, just remember lang, what is qualified piracy? What constitutes qualified piracy? So the answer is Article 100. So ang imong tubag niya, whenever the offender have ceased the vessel by boarding or firing, or whenever the pirates had abandoned their victims. That is why the order without means of saving them, meaning without saving their lives. Or when by reasons or occasions of piracy, di ba? Murder, homicide, physical injuries, rape was or were committed or associated in the crime piracy. Okay, pwede mo na ang question nila is that there is a group of pirates entered the vessel for the purpose of seizing the control of the vessel. The captain of the ship, di ba, resisted. As a consequence, that captain was shot by the pirates. So what is the crime committed by the pirates? So ang imong tubag din, sir, piracy lang. So ang imong tubag din is qualified. And what is the reason nga qualified? Because by reasons or occasions of piracy, murder or homicide was committed. So it might be homicide because na resistance. So the crime committed is qualified piracy. Okay. Now, unsa may Republic Act 6235? So mo nang natin gitawag na hijacking. Ang 6235 is anti-hijacking law. Ang crime is hijacking. So mo nang bantayan na ito ang anti-hijacking law. Republic Act 6235. So, of course, you have to read 6235 aside from the provisions of the revised penal code, just like you have to read this 532 for purposes of piracy in the Philippine water. Pero how about for air piracy or the so-called hijacking? What constitutes hijacking? So there are acts punishable under this law. At for purposes of discussion, atong tanaw, sir, kano sa man mahimong piracy in the air or kano sa man makomit ang hijacking? For purposes of our discussion, para klaro, una, you have to consider the classifications of the aircraft or the plane. Tanaw nimo aircraft, tanaw nimo aeroplano. Kung ang aircraft gali is Philippine registered or kanang gitawag nato nga domestic, to constitute hijacking, kinahanglan sa requirement, the aircraft is in flight. Sir, kanang in flight, sir, naglupad ka? Is that the meaning or literal term para mahimo na siyang hijacking? Because if it is a foreign aircraft, dili man requirements ang in flight. So, asa nimo lang i-apply ang in flight kung ang aircraft is classified as Philippine or domestic. Dili siya foreign aircraft. So, tanaw nimo ang registration. Kaya pwede man nga nakakay barko, i-registered nimo sa gawas, nakakay aeroplano, i-registered nimo sa gawas. That is foreign vessel, foreign aircraft. Pwede po ka foreigner, i-registered nimo ang imong barko sa Pilipinas. That is Philippine vessel. Or aeroplano, i-registered nimo sa Pilipinas. That is Philippine aircraft. So, ang sa'yo mag-govern, registration, not the owners. So, to constitute hijacking, kano unsay buhaton na to? So, ang importante diya is kabalo ka, what is the definitions of in-flight for purposes of Philippine aircraft? Now, the aircraft is considered in-flight from the moment. Panahon na panahon. Panahon mo panahon. Ngang all exterior doors. Dili internal lang, exterior ang gawas. Na-close na ko na siya. Following embarkation until katong yapon ko nga the same door are i-open for this embarkation. Para na kuno siya mo, muna ora na ko na kanang imong balay karon na manay pertahan. Dili nang na-close nang sa room lang ang external door. So kung gi-close na kuno ng external door, dili necessary nga nilupad as long as na-close na siya. Kung one of the passenger yang i-seize ang control sa aircraft, that is already hijacking. Iyang gipangkuha ang mga personal belonging sa mga pasahero, that is already hijacking. Dili necessary nga, uy, naglupad na gid siya. As long as nanay, closure sa external. Sir, nilanding na siya, sir. Oh, pero wala pa man na-open ang iyang. Pwede man na. Nagay-time nga magsakay kang aeroplano nga usahay mga 30 minutes usang pamukuan. Close na external door, pero dili pa ka lupad. Physically. Ano man? For any other reason. Ang traffic, mangyapon na ganun. No. Nakalanding na mo. Pero di pagyapon, i-open sa coupling because wala pa masaman, of course, command from the ground. So that is already in flight. So, ang pangutan na dire karon is that barko, aeroplano ni. Ikaw ang kapitan. So, dito ka sa canteen at hindi ka sa imong stocks. Here comes karon, iduol ko sa imo. Then, gitiunan taga, o of course, firearms. With an instruction or command, nga kapitan, saka na paingon sa aeroplano, kay kung dili galing, at yun taga, pusilon. Ang pangutana, was there already hijacking? No. Because the aircraft is not yet in flight. That's your answer. So what is the crime committed by me? Of course, we have to apply the other crimes. As we go on, makadungog ka coercion. Diba? That's the crime of coercion. Compelling another. So what if, sir? Diba? Kung that is a foreign aircraft, sir. Ang atong example, sir, is atong i-modify. What if it is a foreign? Considered na ba siya nga hijacking? The answer is yes. Why? Man, sir. Because if it is a foreign aircraft, in-flight is not required. Diba? And what is the reason, sir, nga dili na kinahanglan? Because if it is a foreign aircraft, under the principle of international law, that aircraft is considered in transit. Whether you like it or not, anytime, mubalik in ang aircraft where asa siya na register. Wala na siya example. You are in iligan. Nagpuyo kag iligan. Kung adto kag Cagayan, ang imong pag-adto sa Cagayan is considered in transit for temporary lang. Whether you like it or not, after sa imong transaction sa iligan, mubalik jud ka dito sa imong lugar sa iligan. So the same with that concept. Because that is considered in transit. Sa mata sa balaod, mura ra gyapon na siya o nagtupad. Why? Because that aircraft is not registered in that. Balik mo dyan. So muna siya concept. So what is the requirement? Again, in order that the crime hijacking, aside from you read the specific provisions of Article Republic Act 6235, you have to consider the meaning or the definitions of in-flight only if it is in the Philippine register or register. So, muna yung mong bantay. So, just remember lang, if you will be given a scenario, una, you have to consider, is the aircraft registered in the Philippines or not? If the answer is yes, then, was there in flight? So, that's why you have to remember what's the definitions of in-flight. Naglupad ba siya? Mercy? No. What is the requirement? That the exterior doors are closed, ready for departure. Until, ang the same door is i-open na. Manog, na-open na siya, dili na siya considered in-flight. So, sa yung crime na may tabo, sir, if that is the scenario, nanay taking of the property with use of force, robbery ang crime. Why? Because, again, we will not apply hijacking. So, you have to consider Republic Act 16 law. So, next meeting, we will start discussing Title 2. So, I will stop my sharing and I will entertain questions. Any questions, clarifications?
Morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, I have a question, sir. About atong last, sir ba? Medyo nalibog po kayo ang kamay, sir.
Sa mga hijacking?
Oh, yes, sir. Pwede pabalikon, sir.
Ah,
Medyo nalibog.
ano lang. Under Republic Act 16235, although taas man na siya nga special law na siya. But for purposes only for comparison as to the three types of piracy under the revised penal code, under the Philippine water, and under the air. Actually, ang term na sa other country is air piracy. But under the revised penal code, ang definition na ito na is hijacking. Ang balaod is the anti-hijacking law. Ang crime na i-define niya is hijacking. Ang pangutan natin dira is what constitutes hijacking. So, una is you have to classify first whether the aircraft or the plane is Philippine registered ba siya or not. Ano kinahanglanon man? Ang pangutan natin mo. Sir, why should we classify whether it is a foreign registered or Philippine registered ang aircraft? It is required because to constitute hijacking, even in a Philippine aircraft, it is required that the aircraft is in flight. Ano yung imong itubag? Ang pangutan na po na yun is what constitutes in flight. That is why you have to read 6235. So, in flight, the aircraft is in flight the moment, panahon ko no, nga all niya nga external, dili interior or internal door. Ang gawas nga mga pertahan niya, i-close na ko no. Kaya hindi na siya mo embark. No. Up to the time, nakatukon ng door na po is i-open, ready for disembarkation. That's the point of the definition. Ano, kung tagaan ka og situation, aeroplano itong isakyan ka ron, lumpat na gid siya, klaro na nga, nag-flight siya. Kaya close naman gid na yung exterior door. Kung imo ko nung isis ang control sa aircraft, pwede magkita ni mong basa ng aircraft. So like for example, iuna ni mong kapitan dito sa aeroplano. Kaya change ni mong destination from example, Lagindingan instead to Manila, imo Lagindingan paingon Cebu. That is already a crime of hijacking. Or kung dili manggaling siya, ipang-seize nimo ang mga personal belonging. Like for example, armado man ka, itiunan nimo ang mga pasayro, ipanguha nimo ang mga butang nila. That nature, ang imong act is robbery man na siya. Pero, ano dili man siya robbery? Because we have an special law of anti-hijacking. Ang imong crime is hijacking. So, mo na siya ibantayan nimo. Ikaduha, sir, what if sir kung foreign aircraft siya? So, never mind in-flight. Ngayon na nagkanawa in-flight. Because ang in-flight, is mo lang i-apply if it is foreign, if it is Philippine registered. Registered ang aeroplano sa Philippines. So, ano yung bantayan? So, dili na necessary sa foreign aircraft na na-close ba niyang door or wala. As long as that is foreign aircraft. Ano man, again, because if it is a foreign aircraft, that is considered in transit siya. Maski nakalanding pa na diya sa airport, sa mata sa balaod, na naglumpat or nagdagan na lang siya. Because that is not registered in the Philippines. So, ano lang yung bantay? Although there are a lot of definition what constitutes hijacking in the Republic Act 6235, because even gali og dala ka og mga example explosive sulod mo sa aeroplano, that is already a crime punishable under anti-hijacking. So ang ato namang gi-relate dire is for purposes of comparison gikan sa high seas sa Philippine water o sa hangin. Kaysa una man god piracy, mag-commit lang gid siya sa ISIS. Na naman tayo mga special. That's the reason why under PD 532, piracy is committed now in the Philippine water. I hope na klaro gamay. Kung dili maging klaro then you read 60 to 35 then next meeting you can ask another clarification. For you to understand, just read the entire, then after that, you can ask questions. But for purposes only of comparison, so, more gina siya nila. Unang crucial siya kung aircraft because you have to classify. Una kung pangutanon ka, what constitute hijacking? Di ba? So, imong i-classify. Whether if it is in a foreign aircraft or it is in Philippine place. Because ang imong magong tubag nila, sir, kung sa foreign aircraft man ko, dili naman ko ginanglanon ang flight. In-flight is required only if it is in a Philippine aircraft. But you have to define what is in-flight. So, dili ginahanglan nga perse naglupad. What is the requirement of ILO is na-close na ang iyang exterior door. Ready for embarkation. Up to the time that the sea door is open, ready for embarkation. Any other questions aside from the questions of
Classification, like kanang clarification lang sir ba? At mabot to sa high sea sir, di ba? Possible ang robbery. Tapos sa
ang ISIS, possible ang robbery if the offender
if
is member siya. Kaya ang piracy sa ISIS, mag-commit naman siya sa outsider.
yes sir, tapos ang sa Philippine Sea sir,
Wala distinction regardless.
regardless kung outside or
manang sa Pilipinas, sa Philippine water, wala na robbery. Kay
kung sa ang iyang crime kuan sir, makomit sir.
piracy in the Philippine water. Under
Piracy.
PD 532.
Okay sir.
Kaysa 1932, di ba? 1932, niindig man ang revised penal code. Ang
Yes, sir.
piracy, mag-comment lang din sa revised penal code. Mana makita niyo sa article 100.
Okay sir, thank you sir.
Pag-abot sa 1974, during the time of Marcos, na ni-enact ang PD 532, nagpanis siya, including piracy sa Philippine. So, for that reason, na may special, nawala na ang robbery sa Philippine water. Regardless naman po dahil sa offender, maski outsider man galing ka, or pasayro ka, crew ka, the crime is always piracy in the Philippine. Manang nasa PD 532. Bantayan ninyo ng PD 532, kaya duha man nagkabalaod. Manang na anti-highway robbery law and anti-piracy in the Philippines. Duha ka scope ang gidefine na. Manang kung mapunta dito sa title 8, crimes against property, we will encounter that the same PD 532 for purposes of robbery in the highway. Mamana natin itawag na robbery in the highway robbery.
Pwede ba ako tala, sir? One, sir, nami sa claim sir, kumple ka mong time karon sir? Karong 9 to 12 AM, sir?
Ingat mo kay gakante mong punta. So if that is the case, we will limit only up to 9. Itong klase, 7 to 9. Then, since ingon mo na wala na mo klase sa one, so we'll have a class sa Friday 5 to 7. So, atong i-modify ng schedule, 5 to 7 Friday, afternoon. Di ba? Then, after that, or 5:30 to 7:30, then morning sa Saturday, sa 7 to 9. Just to address the issues. So starting next week, we'll have the class on Friday 5:30 to 7:30. Then pagkabuntag rin sa Sabado, 7 to 9. So pwede na ka muli bigo
Sir, pwede mo ka na, sir,